The modifier tool, as the name implies, modifies objects in AutoCAD. Basically, objects using the objects that are drawn using the line tools. So on its category here, starting with the erase icon, this tool simply erases objects within the AutoCAD interface. So to make use of erase, simply select the object and then click on erase, and then you'll find that the object is erased. You can also, let's undo that. You can also select the you can also click on erase, select the object, and then right click. Just click at the right button of your mouse and you will also erase the object. Just after that is the copy tool, which copies objects in multiple places. So you can select the object and then click on copy, then select the base point. A base point is somewhere, anywhere around the object. It can be at the object itself, but around the object can work. Click the object and then move the cursor in the direction you want the object to go and click. So as you continue to move the cursor in a direction and keep clicking, you will see that the object will be copied in multiple places. So to escape this command, just press the escape key on your keyboard and it will be terminated. So next is the mirror tool. This creates a mirrored copy of selected objects. How do you achieve that? You select the entire object or a particular object and then select the mirror command. You have to specify a point of mirror. So let's say you want to specify this point and then specify point of mirror line. Then you can mouse down. Okay, you can achieve a better mirror object if your auto is enabled. Auto is not enabled, so I'm not being able to get a purely horizontal and vertical flip of the of the mirror. So let's click on the auto here on the drawing aids here. Click on auto and then you see that auto is enabling a better preview of your mirror. So if you mouse over, let's zoom down a little bit so that you'll be seeing the preview. If you mouse over horizontally, you see the object will preview in the opposite corner below, and if you mouse vertically, you see it previewing the other side as well. So whichever side you're satisfied with, all you need to do is just a click of a mouse, and then in the command prompt it will ask you erase source object, yes or no. Erase source object, yes or no, which simply means that it should erase the existing object and give you the new position or the new object. If you say no, it will now give you both source and the new. Say n, type n by saying no and press the enter key, then your result will be there. You have two of those objects in one place. But if only you say yes, by pressing Y and then pressing the enter key, the source object, which is this one, would have definitely disappeared, just like this. So that's how you create mirror in AutoCAD. Here is the offset tool. What this offset usually does is that it offset, as in it duplicates an object at a specific point which you will feed the AutoCAD. So if you click on offset, AutoCAD will ask you specify offset distance. So you will have to specify the distance in which you want the duplicate to go. So for example, you want to specify 1 meter, like so. Type in 1 meter and press the enter key. So it will ask you select object to offset. So if you're going to offset this line here, just select it and you'll be given instruction again that specify on side to offset. That's take your cursor to the side you want to offset and click. Maybe you want it down, you bring your cursor down and then click, and then you see that it will offset this object, and that's just all. If you want to continue offsetting, you will continue to do that and it will simply work for you. So that's how you make use of offset. You can offset anything by 1 meter, not just a straight line. Even boxes, you can offset them, including cycles, you can offset them as well. So that's how offset work in AutoCAD. So to make use of array, you need an object that you intend to replicate. So let's create an object here which we will assume it's a column. Assume it's a column. We have a column base. For example, we have a column like this. Let's assume like so. We have a column and we need to distribute this column at 500, an interval of 1 meter, in short, interval of 1 meter. So the best tool to use is array. So what you do is you mouse over to array and click. So once the dialog box comes, you have rectangular array, you have polar array, and then you have the select object. So let's first of all select the object in question so that it will be active. So this is the target object. We are targeting this object, so we select it, and then you press the enter key. Array now recognizes that that is the active object. So in array, generally you have rectangular array and you have the polar array. So the rectangular array usually targets horizontal, vertical, and angular movement, while the polar array targets the circular movement. So we are using the rectangular for now. So because we intend to have this column in a straight horizontal manner, we will now, which is definitely going to be the column. We're going to distribute it in the column. So we'll make our column to be let's say 5. We want to distribute 5 columns, and we will make the rows to be 1. So by the time you click out of that, you will notice that this is sampling here for us. So it doesn't really matter which direction you're facing. The most important thing is the angle in which you're traveling. So if your columns are to travel up, then it's good to go with the rows, so that it will be distributed in a row manner, which will be vertically standing. But if you are traveling, for example, our columns now are going on a horizontal line, then it's good to go with the column direction. So let's pick 1 for the row and then 5 for the column, so that it will travel in this direction. As you can see, the preview in the sample here. So it's something you can actually play with to see its reaction. So in the offset rule here, this is, we are going to offset about 5. You're going to offset about 5. So the rule, since you're not dealing with row, then your rule should be 1. So you're dealing with column, so you're asking it to offset the value, based on the value in the column. So this is where you specify the 1. Let's put it 1.5. Let's make it 1 meter. It's okay. 1 meter. You're offsetting by 1 meter. So this is going to be the interval of the columns, 1 meter. So what about the angle? The angle of array. This is something that is 90 degrees by default. Mind you, during the setup we specified our base angle to be the north. So here is the north, and 45 degrees will stop around here, and 90 degrees is up to here. So we have 90 degree right here. That's the meaning of that. So we don't need to panic about the angle. The angle is correct. So okay, so let's preview and see in action. Once we click on preview, you will see that array has distributed these columns in this order. So press escape key to take you back to, that was just a preview, to take you back to the array. And if you're satisfied with that, you can press OK. But if you're not satisfied, you can increase or modify whatever you want. I'm modifying this now to 1200. I'll still preview to see, yes, this is supposed to be okay, but the allowance here is not enough. So I want it to also give the same allowance. This same margin here, this margin that you see here from this column to the end of the wall, should be the same here. So the easiest way to achieve that, 2 3 4 5, divide it by 5, then you know the exact value that you're supposed to specify in the column here, the column offset. So that will give you precisely what you want. Otherwise, you just have to go with this conceptual pattern which I am doing. Okay, let's click OK on that and it will give us the result. Alright, now let's see how we will achieve same on the polar. Let's copy this column to the polar here. Okay, we have this object now here. We're using the polar method now. Click on array and then switch to polar. In polar as well, specify 5, or we'll make it 8 this time around because the cycle is bigger. And angle to fill, you're filling 360 degrees. That means you intend to fill the whole cycle like so. And object, yes, the object, you have to select it, select the object, press the enter key, then array will understand exactly which object is active. So because the cycle is quite big, I intend to increase the number of columns to about 15. And then you have center point. You have to choose the center point of the cycle you're targeting. So the center point is right here, so I'll choose the center point, and my sample is telling me precisely how those things will be going around the 360 degrees. So now I can see the preview by hitting the button here, and then I will see the columns are distributed evenly within the cycle, so you can press the enter key and it will accept the result. So this is how you can create array. So this can be columns, this can be reinforcement, whatever, but that's how you create array, rectangular and circular arrays. So here is the tool, is the move tool. As the name implies, it enables you to move objects within AutoCAD. So how do you apply this tool? You select the object. Let's say we want to move the rectangular box inside the box there, and then you click on the tool. Then AutoCAD is asking you specify base point. Base point can be anywhere on the object or even outside. You can specify, and then you can move the cursor to the direction you want the line to go. Once you get the destination, you can click and then it will place the object. Very handy, something straightforward, So the next tool here is the rotate. Select the object. How do you rotate? Select the object, click on rotate, and then specify a base point. So I want to rotate this object by 45 degrees. I've just used my pan tool to reposition things. I will rotate this by 45 degrees. I've selected the object, clicked on rotate, and then specify a base point. So base point can be on the object or just below, wherever. So you click and then enter distance, enter the angle of rotation, 45 degrees in your command prompt. Don't mind if you don't click in the command prompt to enter the value, it will still rotate. Wherever you are, just enter, just type on your keyboard, you will see the value appearing in the command prompt. Just press the enter key and the result is instant.